All right, we're at it again. We're doing it again, Micah. How do you feel about that? Back in the saddle. He's very excited,
sorry,
folks.
I didn't realize we were recording. Hey, everybody! It's great to be back with you.
Let's fucking go, baby!
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, I'm like a zoomer.
A lot of things going on in the world right now, guys. A lot of stuff happening. Things are happening? Can you believe it? Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the whole entire world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Orion. Joining me, as always, is Micah. What is up, big guy?
I'm so happy to be back, Orion. The Gorillas are hungry. They're hungry for knowledge, and here we are to bring it to them.
They're hungry, they're thirsty, they're waiting with bated breath for us to deliver this sermon, and we are here to do that today with a guest. That is right, we have a guest on the show today. A goose? A goose? Oh god, I'm goosting! We have, our boy Eric, based grilling king Eric Blair, peacekeeper. How's it going, Eric? How are you doing, my man?
I'm great. It's we're keeping the peace, as you can see. And, my other title, I say, is I'm a discourse social worker, which is kind of like a discourse cop, but, we shouldn't be having cops. We should have social workers,
Yeah, it's a more gentle and moderate approach. I appreciate that. You're not imposing onto them. You're just offering a hand saying, hey, I can help you. Get out of this mindset of wing cuckery that you found yourself trapped in. I'm keeping the peace here. I appreciate and venerate that. Now, Eric, he has passed our very, very stringent and strenuous guest screening process. That being sending me a DM and asking to be on the show. And he passed with flying colors, my Grillas. He passed with flying colors. I'm glad to bring him on because one thing before we get into this based video, which I have seen on your profile, you mentioned to me in our correspondence before the show that you really enjoyed the Chad fag rant from our last episode and that you told your therapist about it. Could you give us a story of that?
And she enjoyed it as well. So
hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I have more questions for you about that because so what's it like to so clearly articulate the thing that has been on the tip of my tongue for so long? So I don't know, if you can tell by my high-pitched and annoying voice, but no, I am gay, and I do. What? Oh no! Oh geez, that's not good. That's not in the Bible. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. So I just the Chad fag, when I was in school and it was in DC and I would see this super hot guy or whatever, at the school, and he's just sitting there smiling with his little phone. And it turns out he's in the Navy. So but he's also gay, and he also has a giant TikTok account where he's got 180,000 followers or whatever, and he's posting thirst traps.
I didn't think you were going to say TikTok account, but go ahead.
No, Twitter. Sorry, it was Twitter. Twitter. But anyways, so are we talking about the Chad fags, in terms of, I mean, you really laid it all out there. It was very clear. There's a certain, high class, look, in any society, you would have a high priest caste of gay men who, they don't have loyalty to children. They don't have loyalty to, they just have loyalty to the state, and that's what I think about when I was in DC is, it's wow, is this the city for Chad fags? But really, it's New York. It's New York, I think. I mean,
state-sponsored homosexuality.
Yes. And for the record, yes, I am on PrEP.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to know basically what your therapist had to say about it. Is she now a listener to the show? What was going on? What was her reaction to your enjoyment of the Chad fag section from last time? And before you answer, I do want to give myself a pat on the back. For somebody who's not a gay man, for somebody who's not gay, for me to so clearly illustrate and articulate the hierarchical structure that I've noticed in your community. I mean, God, I really am a noticer. Yes. I am a nudicer. Now,
and a whisperer.
Yeah, what did you... now, and a whisperer, yes. Now, what do you have to say, or what did your therapist have to say about it?
She thinks that that will come in time if I maintain good habits and keep my nose to the grindstone. That in time I'll look back and suddenly that'll be me, you know?
So you're working actively to become the Chad fag. Your nose is on the grindstone. You're saying, look, I'm going to improve my lot in life. I'm on the grind set right now.
There we go.
For dicks.
You know, it's a process. It's a state of mind. But you know, I mean, I don't want to be too graphic or anything like that. But you know, there is one Twitter account / OnlyFans guy, and his name is Hung LA Lawyer, and I'm like, okay, I see what's going on.
Is that your golden goose?
That might be.
Is that your golden goose? Is that what you're working towards?
That could be. It could be.
Wait, is his name Hung? Is he Asian?
No, he's not a like a Vietnamese person. Yeah. So anyways, you know, life, you can have anything you want out of life, right? I'm living the California dream. I'm here in sunny SoCal. I'm here. I'm living in the one city that didn't burn down. So I'm doing something right.
Well, there you go, my friend. There you go. I hope that you achieve your dreams. I don't know what the gay version of that is, but I hope that works out for you. And I also wanted to talk about, so, you know, you message me, you want to be on the show. And
why is that again?
Why? Well, why? You know, I have a big Cumtown hole in my heart, Cumtown shaped hole in my heart, you know, and so when I heard you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys have magic. And then I was looking at your views and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, these guys need views. And then I thought, oh my God, what if I asked to be on the show? And, you know, you never know what you can get by asking, right? Like they say you should do rejection training. Have you heard of this rejection training? This is like to help autistic people or something.
I've never been rejected.
Shut-ins? Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I kind of get whatever I want whenever I ask at first because I'm very imposing. I'm very large, big muscles, and people, they don't tell me no, especially women.
You're very consequential.
Yes.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
So, anyways, so we were asking why I wanted to be on the show, right?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
And when I heard that insight, about the Chad facts, I was like, I have to know more. I have to turn the tables and interview you. Who told you? How do you know? And why don't you join?
Why don't I join? I mean, we explained all of that. We don't need to jump back into that because I have some very pressing content from you yourself, my friend. Now, if you want to interview us, you could start a podcast. You could call it like the Chad Fagcast or something, and that could be on your journey. I would definitely be a guest on that. But my friend, I was looking through your twitter.com profile and I was very excited to see that you're not just some run-of-the-mill schmuck. You know, you're not just some guy, oh, can I come on the show and have nothing to offer? Please. You're a base freedom fighter and you're a shaker in the realm of international geopolitics. So I see this video that you have pinned. You posted this where you confronted former State Department spokesman Ned Price, who's also a homosexual. This was gay on gay violence. And you took him to task for his role in the Israel-Palestine conflict. And I wanted to play that for the Gorillas here today because it really was an amazing mogging on the street. You really took him to task. You really owned him epic style, epically. And I'd like to talk about that with you. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the first part of that here.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow, that's neat. Kind of a selfie?
Sure. There he is.
Wow, crazy. Has things been going rough lately, huh? In the world? Yeah, busy. I was just curious, is there you know, like if China were to kill 4,000 children in a month, would you think that's kind of like a genocide or not?
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because you guys were really willing to use the G word with China and the Uyghurs, and I was like, is there anything the Uyghurs, you know, have had happen to them that's worse than what Israel's done to the Palestinians in the past 75 years?
There's a longer conversation we can have about this.
Now, you can literally see Ned Price's reptilian eyes flicker when you press him. You can see his scales flickering, shining. He resists the urge to like shapeshift and scurry away. I mean, it really is amazing how his face drops when he understands, oh, I'm getting pressed here. I'm getting absolutely pressed.
Well, I personally am not convinced that Uyghurs are being killed en masse. But I am glad. I'm glad that you pressed him on the issue of Palestine because we care deeply about that.
So, you see this guy. Can you give us a little bit of a backstory about how this went down? What's going on here?
All right, so this is in Washington, D.C., and I'm walking home from a movie, and when I'm near my house, or near my apartment, and I'm like walking past the patio of this restaurant, and I see, familiar face. Trying to remember, where have I seen that face? And it's like, oh, that's the State Department spokesman guy, Ned Price, who is previously famous for when the Ukraine war was starting up. And actually, he did turn out to be right, like that they did have that Ukraine was going to invade. Because actually, we all tried to dunk on him and being like, oh yeah, sure, Russia's going to invade Ukraine. Okay, where's the evidence? And then the evidence.
So the
came,
Price was right.
So the Price was right this time. And but this time I bet $1, and I think I got him because or he bid I bet $1 above what he bid. So yeah, I called him Ned Cost actually online, and I was photoshopping him and face apping him and trying to embarrass him. Anyways, and then he manifests in real life. And I'm like, okay.
Now, I gotta ask. So, like, did you just randomly happen upon him, or did he pop up on your gaydar? Like, is there some sort of gay telepathy situation going on here where you could sense his presence and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go come. And then you, like, show up and you're like, wait a second, I know this faggot.
Yeah.
That's Ned Price.
Yeah. I do that a lot. But this time it was, I do think he was sent to me in some way. He was sent to me because I was not going to be on that street. But then I made a choice to go see that movie. And
the thing is that God gives gorillas, real gorillas, foot soldiers of the gorilla show, he gives them opportunities. And the nice thing about gorillas like you stood up to the occasion. You said, God, I'm answering your call, and I'm going to press this motherfucker.
Yeah, because you know what? I did hesitate. I saw him, and then I'm like, I got to go home. I got to go home and grab my dog. So I went home, and I'm sitting there at home, and I'm like, I got to go back. And if he's there, then it's meant to be. And the best part is when I went back, not only was he there, the woman he was eating dinner with was not there. She was like in the bathroom or something. So I got him just by himself. I didn't have his girlfriend, his lady friend being like, okay, that's enough. Okay. Telling her to
I feel
stop.
uncomfortable. The last
and
thing.
that would have been bad too, because like if a woman was there, she could have been like, oh, I'm scared, and then you would have been the bad guy in the situation.
I would have had to ask her for enthusiastic consent, and consent I could get, but enthusiastic, I don't know.
Yeah. No woman in her life has ever given enthusiastic consent. Let's be honest here. Now, one thing I noticed that he said in response to your brutal mogging was, there's a longer conversation to have about this. Like really, nigga, you're gonna set up a coffee date with our best friend Eric here and just have an open dialogue, lay it all on the table. Is this what I'm to believe? Really?
I don't think he actually was really opening the door when he was saying it. I think he was saying one thing, but really meaning another thing.
He wasn't going to be able to get you like a congressional testimony or...
Yeah, it wasn't going to print me off some documents. I mean, look. Somebody did comment underneath that. He should have invited you to sit down. You could have had a conversation about it. And yeah, we could have done that. We could have done a lot of things. We could have kissed. I mean, I'm not going to lie. He's not an ugly guy. And I'm getting that age. And,
the chat fag strikes again.
I'm sure. Look, there's a
you
time
are my
and
enemy,
place.
but I also would love to fuck you.
Yes. But it's not a coercive thing, because I'm not saying I'm going to stop bothering you if you fuck me, because I'm still going to bother you either way. But we could. I think could happen. But like, also, is that
the door is open?
Exactly, the door's always open. And and when I close the door, the window opens. So would it violate the Chad Fag code though if he and I were at a Chad Fag event, like some kind of Ibiza, Provincetown, Fire Island deal, and then we see each other and it's like, because they'll be like, come on, I'm just eating dinner, right? Because he didn't pull that, come on, I'm just eating dinner. But like, if it was a Chad fag thing, it would be like, come on, guys, we're all just dancing and sucking dick or whatever on the dance floor. We're all doing ketamine. Can you just leave it alone? You know, this is not the time and place. It's like, no, I have to speak up for those children. You know, if I don't, who will? And lots of people will.
You know, that question that you posed, it goes beyond my understanding of gay man theory, you know, and the way that you interact. I have a somewhat surface level understanding of that. I'm glad that you could elucidate us and really let us know that, no, it would have been the time and place. Anytime, anywhere.
Yes.
Because, you know, you just want to mog the guy. I respect that. And I want to keep playing this video because you're not done yet.
Okay.
The guy already looks down and out, but you don't let up.
Yeah.
The punches keep a-coming.
And can I point out for the audience at home that when I I say I'm going to take a selfie, but it's really just recording the whole time. And then when I go to make it look like I take the selfie, I don't even actually it doesn't even actually link up to be a selfie. It's just I just wave it around to make it look like I'm taking a selfie.
Expert gay trickery, my friend. Expert mode. Here we go.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I mean, you have such power with your influence. It's 136 kids dying every day. So if you were to call for a ceasefire, that would be pretty cool, right? I mean, it might not be good for your career, but what's your career versus all the people who are dying, right?
It would also be very good for the forces that attacked Israel on October 7th.
Yeah, it would be really good for the hostages because, you know, the hostages are getting bombed by Israel as well. So if they did a negotiated ceasefire, it would be great for the hostages. There's a lot of families in Israel who would love to have the Netanyahu government. But you got the Netanyahu government. I mean, when has Netanyahu ever steered us wrong? Am I right?
You can see him like smirk a little bit when you say when is they ever let us wrong?
When is Netanyahu? Yeah,
he can't even hold back his smile. He knows. He's like, oh yeah, well,
he knows.
It's
yes,
not about
of course.
You.
Netanyahu has never let us. He's never let us wrong. That's what he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And he really tries to defend it. You know, at first he's just getting brutally mogged, but he has this like token of inspiration. He has in the back of his head this bright idea, like a light bulb above his head. Well, it'd be really nice if the hostages got let out. Huh? And he gets blown the fuck out.
It's the debate prep nerd residing deep within him.
Yes,
you know, seeping out to the surface, where he's like, "Oh my god, I get to relive my youth and my time in Model UN, and this is the real engagement that I've been waiting for." And also, this guy's hot.
Yes. Well, I think you know, what he didn't realize was that I had considered what if he says October 7th. So then I knew to go blow right past October 7th. Because remember, I asked about the last 75 years, not the last few months.
And see, that is how the brain of an enlightened gorilla such as yourself works. You're on 4D hypercube, a million thoughts, a million miles a minute, you know, considering every single possibility in which the conversation could take, and pre-bunking them, not debunking them, pre-bunking them in your mind. It really is amazing to behold.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm made for, because you know, these guys, they want to talk about Hamas, but did you know that Israel is older than Hamas? Think about that. Think about what that means.
Holy shit, my brain is broken right now. I'd never thought about that before.
And this guy, Ned Price,
my God.
He's ceremonially, like, he when Trump came into office, he resigned from his position because he was like, I cannot work for Trump. He is too uncouth. You know, but so anyway, so that's a little more background on this guy.
Right.
Does he know? Does he know that Trump is Israel's best friend after the Grillcast podcast?
Yeah, it's you know, are we going to talk about Netanyahu visiting? Because you know, talk about dirty laundry. Am I right?
That will be coming up. I do want to finish this video out because you know, your full scale verbal assault on this man. Yeah. It's not over yet. Somehow, some way, you keep going. You keep mogging him. It really is amazing. Let's finish this out.
I think you know we were working every day to get the hostages out.
Yep. Days are ticking every day. 136 children, right?
Doing everything.
Anyways, do you mind if I leave you with this? These kids they were killed before October 7th. So I don't know how October 7th can be an excuse, right? So I'll leave you with that, and thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
My God.
I got him
My
thanking
God.
me.
He's thanking you. You fuck him and he thanks you after. Just fully buck broken. His entire soul has left his body. He's failing the line test. He's like scrunched over, postured, totally broken.
Yeah.
No fight left in him. My God, man. But you can see him pop a bit of an erection when you hand him the post.
God damn it! I was gonna make that joke.
It's bizarre. You can see it. See, similar minds, Micah. Similar minds. You noticed it too. A joke. What are you talking about? He's gonna burn that poster as an effigy for Moloch. He laughs as these children die. He loves it.
He's all like,
did you just have that poster like in your back pocket? Did you print it when you went home? What happened?
yeah,
there?
I went home and I grabbed it because I had been printing posters. And, I want to take a minute to say, look, radical centrism, like, it doesn't mean you don't, like, you have to be in the middle on this or that issue. To me, for my radical centrism, it means I have extreme positions on every issue in every direction, but it averages out to be pretty
Go
moderate.
off, King.
Yes. So
Yes, King.
So just because I really do, I do think it's fun to troll. Like, what the best way to troll is you print out the flyers that say "killed by Israel," and then you put them next to the flyers that say "kidnapped by Hamas." And then when somebody looks at it, they'll be like, "Well, I'd rather be kidnapped than killed." And also, you pick the posters where the date is before October 7th. So, killed by Israel, 2003. You guys weren't even born yet, right? So it was a troll because the thing they want you to do, they want you to tear down. They want you to tear down their posters so they could say, look at them tearing them down. But I said no. The answer to do you know what the answer to bad speech is? It's more speech.
Guns? Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. More speech.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
And you know what? So I put, those flyers up, and then my flyers got torn down. So I put them up again. But, you got to imagine the person who tears down the flyer of the little dead kid. It's just like, it's like killing them all over again.
Well, what would be an epic troll? What some people do is put razor blades behind the posters when you go to tear them down. That's an epic troll right there.
I know.
Funny.
You're bleeding. But, it really is something to finish this part out before talking about the Netanyahu coming over here, the whole Gaza situation. What really is amazing to me is that if you were a wing cuck, right? If you were the average Palastoid enjoyer, you would see Ned Price. And look, they're not going to recognize Ned Price. They don't know who he is. They wouldn't even recognize him. But let's say for the sake of argument that they did. They wouldn't go home and grab an epic-based poster. They wouldn't have facts and logic and God on their side. They would go home and grab a gun.
No.
And kill him in the street.
Oh, no.
Because they don't have the ultimate weapon like you do. They don't have words. They don't have facts. They don't have logic. They don't have God's light beaming down upon them. They don't have
paper.
Righteousness. Yeah, they don't have paper. It's too expensive for them. They don't have a printer.
Yeah, it was a beautiful printer, by the way, LaserJet.
Only the best for God's grillers. We have an eye for quality.
Yeah.
If they had a printer and paper, I think Hamas would have just printed a bunch of flyers that said "Please stop" and put it on the Israeli Gaza border, and
you
this
never
would have
know
all
what
been
you get from
resolved by
asking.
now. Exactly.
Well, I just wanted to enlighten the grillers as to why I was so excited to have you on today. Very good job.
Well, let me
round of applause.
I just want to say to anybody, if you do something like this, one trick is I was on the sidewalk the whole time. So the restaurant couldn't kick me out or anything like that. And when you see a public official, if you see, not even a public official, if you see anybody you recognize, don't just say, ooh, 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 or don't just say, ooga booga and be mad at them. Think of a way to get in, get underneath, their senses, and then just, slip it in, just slip it in.
Just slip it in. Just slip it in. I love it. I'll be honest, I'd probably just be on the sidewalk yelling, faggot! I wouldn't have been as composed, put together as you are. But
Hey, I know you. You're that retard.
You're that gay retard.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's talk about Trump taking over Gaza, because Trump announced in a joint conference with Eric's favorite guy, Benny Netanyahu. I can't say his name.
I call him
for some
Bibi.
fucking reason. Bibi Netanyahu. that the U.S. will be occupying and taking over the Gaza Strip. And I just want to say that my Grillas, in this moment, I am euphoric.
Mm.
Because either Trump or somebody close to him, and it's probably, let's be honest, it's probably Barron.
No, it's-
Barron listens to the show,
Dude,
confirmed.
I-
He listens.
I don't know that it's necessarily barren. I think, this isn't the first time that this has happened. The guerrillas know that, we've demonstrated time and time again, elected officials are listening to the Grillcast and taking our word to heart. The Biden administration to the Trump administration, they are doing this because radical centrist philosophy is at the very heart of our country.
Mm.
It is. It's finally taking root as it should. And look, did I not propose this as a radical centrist policy on episode 114, 15 minutes and 20 seconds into the show?
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now, and it's all right there.
It all checks out, doesn't it? Go back, take
Could
a
you
listen,
pull that up,
take it
Gamey?
all in, my girls. Pull it up, Gamey. Now, I'm proud to announce this. I finally assumed my role as a mover and shaker in the world of geopolitics. I didn't have to run for office. I didn't have to meet my constituents and shake their fat, greasy hands,
Ugh.
sell them lies with a smile. I didn't have to have sex with children at Bohemian Grove. I get to operate from the shadows like a true radical centrist does. Like George Soros,
Mhm.
like
Alex
the
Soros
Rockefellers.
as well.
Alex Soros, operating from the shadows, pulling the strings of nations.
Bill
as
and
if I'm a
Melinda
puppeteer.
Gates. I still put them together.
Well, that's the thing too. Is look, like Bill Gates or Elon Musk. He's the most egregious example of these people that they think they have a lot of money and they think that they're big movers and shakers in the world of geopolitics. And it's like, well, if that's true, okay, then why is it that you're showing your face right now? Why are you not in the top of a pyramid? In your underground or overground layer, whatever. Why are you not unseeable? Why are you not invisible?
Yes. I've had a similar thought. Like, if I really was the most powerful person on Earth, what if I wanted, they say, well, if you could have anything, because I'm the most powerful person on Earth, right? And what I wanted was to be a pop star. And okay, so Beyonce or whatever, or pick anybody you like, Young Gravy or whoever. It's they're actually the most powerful person on Earth, but they also have a music career. That's what somebody would do, right?
Is that your dog in the mic?
Yeah, should you want me to move him into a different room?
Can you just put your headphones onto the dog real quick so I could have a conversation?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I'm trying to do a fucking podcast here. Okay? I'm trying to do a show, and you're kind of disrupting the whole thing. It's not cool, man. Bad boy. Or girl. It's a girl. Bad girl. Okay, that's all I have for the dog. I can't really. I don't have it in my heart and soul to actually be mean to the dog. It's just fucking.
Well, he found it very soothing.
Good. I've been told I have a very soothing voice. If Mike had started talking to the dog, perhaps the dog would have started to spurg out, probably start barking as if a black had approached the door, something like that.
Well, they only do that because they're picking up on your own uneasiness when, they approach the door.
Right, and I'm always a very confident
I refuse
and
to
casual
believe that.
person.
I refuse to believe that. Dogs are racist.
Yeah, dude. They're all up to date on 1352 and fucking crime statistics. That's what they do when people aren't home, is just read fucking racist Twitter.
It's like the painting of the dogs playing poker, but they're all just fucking talking about stereotypes.
What? Well, pit bulls, you know what they say.
Right. So, we are taking over Gaza, though. We're going to finish the job in Canada. We're going to go for Gaza. We're going to occupy that. We're going to establish great beachfront property.
And
then
Orion,
Israel is next.
Orion, America was destined for this job, and I'm really glad that Trump, just whipped it out on the floor in front of Bibi and was like, there it is, this is happening, because we needed this to happen. America, we are the ultimate authority on strips, like strip malls, strip clubs, the Las Vegas Strip,
power strips.
we've mastered them. Yeah. we've mastered them all, and soon we will master the Gaza Strip as well, as God intended us to.
And look, he said we're going to give them a very nice piece of land for them to go to. Okay, we're not just going to leave them empty-handed. You know, like I've heard that Auschwitz is really beautiful this time of the year. We might send them there.
Well, I don't know how you would get there. Like what, by train or some kind of route? But okay, but just imagine though what Baron is cooking up on Roblox right now for Gaza.
Yeah, Barron really is a mastermind here, and because I know Barron Trump does listen to the show. You listen into this, Barron. I have a suggestion for you. Next time we ship Israel weapons, we could just like put a little remote self-destruct device in there, and then after we're done with Gaza, just set that off. Hey, now Israel's ours too.
On that note, I really thought
make it easy for our boys.
I really thought that Bibi Netanyahu's gift to Trump of a golden pager was a nice touch.
Oh yeah, it was.
Did he really give him a Wait, what?
It was it's the ugliest piece of. It's the ugliest objet d'art you could see.
I thought the Jews were supposed to be good at art. Isn't that their like one redeeming quality? Is that they're supposed to be like good at that?
Well, I think a lot of things are nice about Jews. I think they have 2 or 3 redeeming qualities.
That's very conciliatory, very nice of you to say about them. And why are we stopping at just Gaza and Israel? Why don't we take Egypt?
Yes.
Because it's yucky.
Get some.
Sometimes you have.
No, those pyramids are cool. We can clean that out. We're cleaning out Gaza. Gaza's yucky.
Yeah, those pyramids are going to be slide worthy soon. You're going to be able to go to the top and just slide right down. Smooth.
Put a slip and slide on this. On the fucking.
Make it an amusement park, dude.
Make it a.
You know what this is? This is his strategy. It's called mogging through magnanimity. Because he's mogging the countries of the world by saying, we're going to go into Gaza, we're going to clean up all the unexploded ordnance. It's like, really? That's so nice. Oh my gosh. He doesn't have to do that. Like, nobody told him he has to do that, right? He's just doing it. And so it just shows to you how generous it is. We were going to liberate the native Greenland people from their colonial overlords, right? I mean, you're welcome, Just chip us some resources to cover the costs.
Yeah, he's literally trying to end colonialism.
Yes.
And that's something that we've all been looking forward to. It's something that's at the very heart and soul of the American ethos. Is to do this.
Mm-hmm. We are overdue for new states. We used to get a new state like every 10, 15 years. And
yeah, we've really slowed down in that department. You hate to see it, but we're righting that wrong. We're coming up into a world, a brand new world, a based new world, where there will be 2 countries. There will be the United Empire of America, and there will be India.
Ooh.
And everybody who's not American will get to go to India and live there.
Interesting. And how soon is that going to happen?
Well, I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not a.
You're soothing.
I have no crystal ball.
Look. We say what's going to happen, and then we wait. Okay, that seems to be the formula.
All right.
We're more predictors than we are fortune tellers. I guess if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, we'll get around to it. We're busy people. It's one of those things. We'll put it on the back burner, and then
You can't rush genius. Yeah. Okay.
We'll put a pin in it and circle back.
Right, but it is imminent. Make no mistake. What you're hearing, you the Grillers, you select few who listen to our show, you are on the cutting edge of history. If you invested in Nigga Chain, if you invested in what was yours, Micah? Chad coin?
Giga Chad coin, yeah.
Giga Chad coin. If you invested, 10 years down the line, you'll be a multi-quadrillionaire. You will inherit the earth, and you can thank us for that.
Yeah. The richest will inherit the earth.
The hearth.
Now, we've had lots of fun yucking it up about Trump taking over Gaza, people saying that there's, genocide, it's a genocide. But it's time to hunker down and get serious for a moment, because a real genocide is happening. Now, one that affects the most downtrodden, the most oppressed members of our society as we know it. And that is, of course, the Goonicide. The Gooners. I do regret to inform you, Eric, Micah, the Grillisha at large, that the Goonicide is indeed upon us. So, as far as I'm concerned, the year is 2025. Things change, things happen, and gamers are no longer in the new LGBT, the landlord gamers, billionaires, truckers movement. Gamers are out, and gooners are in. As far
Gary's
as
going
I'm
to be very
concerned,
happy to hear about this.
Gary will be happy. Look, I'm sorry, gamers, but you're no longer valid in my eyes. I'm sick of you. I'm tired of you. Oh, there's gay people in my game. I'm gonna complain. Oh, I'm complaining. How much can I take of this? Either do something about it or don't. Round up EA, round up all these game devs, and put them in a camp or shut the fuck up. And that time has passed. It's over. Sorry, your games are paused now. You just have to live with that, and nothing's gonna change for you. I'm sick of these fucking complaining faggots. But the Gooners, these are people who are willing to fight for their rights in real life. I need to weave a tapestry here to give a backstory. I know you guys aren't familiar with the ongoing Goonicide. It's something that's been blocked from the media. It's been really just put into thin air. Really, you wouldn't know about it.
I'm ashamed I don't know more.
Well, let me elucidate. So our story starts with the 2025 edition George Floyd. Landlord, may he rest in power. Our new George Floyd is a man named Nautica Malone. You remember that name, my Grillas. Venerate that name. A man, he had a family. He had a wife and a daughter who survived him. And he was forced to take his own life by the hands of a bikini barista Jezebel. And so I want to show you guys what exactly I'm talking about here. The Goon King, Nautica Malone. Let's watch the last known video of this king stricken down in his prime. A man who is goon, but not forgotten.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable.
You
Unacceptable.
fucking whore.
Call 911.
You bitch. Now, this harpy bitch, she walks up on this man, scolds him for having a mobile goon sesh, a goon sesh on the go. Okay? Now, lady, I hate to tell you this, but you're a bikini barista. You're a stripper who is too ugly to make it in the big leagues, and you were relegated to being a bikini barista. And you were to go up to this king and tell him he can't just have a simple goon sesh in the privacy of his own car?
You could tell, Orion, you could tell that he was confused. He didn't understand why he was being reprimanded and yelled at by this vicious harpy. I mean, this is no different than if I were to go and drive through the drive-through to get my cup of coffee, and I'm smoking a cigarette in the window, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" "I'm smoking my cigarette. I'm about to have coffee."
Yeah. And they start recording you while you're smoking, and you're like, "What the heck?"
Exactly.
It's disgusting to see, because a car, look, we're Americans. A car is an extension of your body, an extension of yourself. I say keep it in the bedroom.
And an extension of your penis.
Yes.
Yes, I say keep it in the bedroom, but as far as I'm concerned, a car is just a bedroom on the go. Look, gooning in your car is completely acceptable. Am I to believe, my Grillas, that I shouldn't get roadhead? That I should not get some sloppy toppy while I'm drunk driving home from the bar? Is this the future that I'm expected to live in?
Yeah, it's
potentially.
Like, it's too much. They ask too much of us with these rules against these things.
And so you're telling me because of this interaction, this poor innocent soul has left his wife, his child, and his strangely skittish dog all alone.
Look, he has indeed left the chat permanently. And, you see this, you think, my God, the Goonicide is upon us. She posts this all over social media, and the simps come out in force. Oh, let's dox him. Let's harass him. Let's tell his family that he was just trying to have a whack while he was driving. Look, and so he's forced, bullied, really, into committing suicide. I mean, these people, this bikini barista, basically held the gun to his head and pulled the trigger, as far as I'm concerned. But fear not, my Grillas, because unlike gamers, the gooning community will not just stand back and stand by as their brothers are stricken down by society. They won't. I have some footage here of a very heartwarming moment, because the gooners are rising up. Gamers rise up. That was the big meme, right? Oh, gamers rise up. But they never left the basement. Never. The Gooners, however, gathered in front of this coffee stand, this bikini barista, where our brother was mocked, where he was denigrated, where he was killed to hold a Gooneral and honor his memory. So let's check that out.
Okay, now let's get a moment of silence. Moment of silence, everybody. Let's get it. Our Nautica, who art in Bikini Beans, Tempe, Arizona, hallowed be thy day. Thy kingdom come, thy will be jerked, on earth as it is in Jerkmate. Deliver us from the Goonicide. Amen. Amen. When I say his name, you say Nautica. Say his name.
Nautica!
Say his
Nautica!
name.
Nautica!
Say his name.
Nautica!
Oh my god.
Wow.
This is so awe-inspiring.
Guys, I'm
Simply,
crying. I'm actually crying.
I know. The first time I saw it, I could no longer hold back my tears either, brother, because looking at this gathering of young men from every race and creed coming together to fight for their right to come whenever and wherever they want, just so beautiful, so awe-inspiring. I mean, Gooners, they understand that it is not the color of your skin, but the content of your browsing history that you shall be judged by. You know, these are a multiracial group of young men standing up for their rights, and it's so much cooler than Black Lives Matter.
Oh, that I you can't deny that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, guys. Gen Z mogs us soillennials. You know, we showed up for a guy who died of a fentanyl overdose and burned down cities for it. But the Gooners, they showed up for something that matters, something that's real.
And you know, we actually lost freedom because of George Floyd in some ways, because I cannot find the videotape of him having sex, hardcore sex on film. And I feel like that's censorship. And if they can censor that, what else can they censor? You know, they use them.
That is really a 1984 moment. Not being able to watch Floyd the landlord pipe down some nasty black whore.
I mean, you say that's what happens, but I don't know. I've not actually seen it for myself, and I'd like to judge for myself.
The video is now Goon, but not forgotten in my mind. And you know, this funeral, this Gooneral, it continues for this man who is gooned too soon. You know, these young men showing up, showing their solidarity, and there's a line at the end of it that really pulls on my heartstrings. It really makes me think, wow, this is the most important political issue of my entire lifetime.
Pass around.
Thank you, man.
I have this. I have a big ass one.
All right, so we're lighting the little tea candles. Passing them out.
It was good.
One candle lights another.
That's solidarity.
I'm feeling my mortality right now. I feel like this could have been me.
It could have been him.
It could be any of us. It could have been any of us. You may laugh at this man. You may say, oh, you know, he had a wife and a kid. Why was he jacking off at a coffee stand? Okay, that could have been you. That could have been me. That could be your brother, your cousin, your best friend, your creepy uncle. It could have been probably your creepy uncle. It could have been anybody.
It could have been the people who were waiting on the plane that crashed in DC, you know?
It could have been them. I mean, to see that man's life taken away for exercising his rights, simply disgusting. Yeah. Micah, do you have any thoughts about our Goon King, Nautica? Remember his name. What is your take on this situation?
I'm feeling a level of inspiration that, you know, I never thought that I could ever feel. And I might have to just excuse myself for a couple minutes, gentlemen. I'm just gonna, I'll be right back.
Unacceptable.
Well, you know, not just this Gooneral holding that harpy bitch, that whore of Babylon, holding her to account for the crime that she committed against this young Gooner stricken down in his prime. I mean, this is a protest that's going on nationwide. These are gooners rising up. And I do want to show a video of that and showing you that you can make your voice heard. You don't have to just sit down and take it. Okay? You don't just have to sit down and allow for this to happen.
Yeah, because that's what I have been doing, is sitting down and taking it. But I want to know what the other option is.
Very good. Very good. You can make a difference in this world. We've lived in a society for so long that we felt like as radical centrists is not hearing us, not taking us seriously. But Trump's taking over Gaza, like we said. Gooners are rising up. It's a brand new world. So let's see this protest, the very beginnings of these humble protests.
I can't do. I can't do.
I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Truly an issue that, unites men of every creed.
Yes.
Of every background, of every ethnicity. And these protests, they've gone even more widespread than what we've seen so far. This is real. This is the Gooner protest. And somehow you don't see this in the media. Somehow the libtard media is not talking about the reality of the situation, a total media blackout. So let's see our most recent Gooner protest.
That's insane.
That's amazing. The media narrative would not survive if they reported on that.
No, they wouldn't. They're scared.
Yeah.
They're scared. They laughed when that young man died. They said, die. Die for exercising your rights. Die for being a human being. Die for opposing our control of your humanity.
What could he have done? What were his other options? He has a kid. He has a wife. Would you have a Gooner as a father?
I mean, I don't think you really get a choice on who your father is, I don't. Oh, fuck. Oh, boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
5 minutes later.
We are now recording again. Had a little hiccup there, as we do sometimes. Micah, I'll be honest, man, you don't really seem into the gooneral stuff. Are you just in stunned silence as to what's been going on in our world?
I was gooning in solidarity.
Yeah. It's the whole situation's pretty hot. I mean, if you think about it, like all of it.
Well, it looks like these gooners are very hot and bothered.
Yes.
Well, we can all take solace in the fact that something is being done about it. They're not, just sitting there with a thumb up their ass like they would normally do. And
we need Melania to read the name of every gooner who dies in the Rose Garden in a ceremony.
I also just, in a very literal sense, like you said, compared to the gamers upset about their woke video games. I mean, gooners are literally taking action by masturbating.
It's like, you want to fix the world, pick up a shovel,
They're not taking this one sitting down. They're standing up. They're having a standing jerk.
Wow.
It really is a sight to behold. And, that about wraps up what we have. I have some requests from some people to cover the whole Destiny debacle.
Ooh.
We've got lots of prep on that too, don't we?
Yeah. No, none. Absolutely none. I'll do basically a really short version. I really wanted to do a lot of prep to really, have a 2-hour long episode. The first hour devoted to the Goonicide, to the Israel-Palestine conflict and how that's turning up, to interviewing our base friend Eric here. I wanted to do a full hour covering every single angle of this Destiny debacle. I wanted to talk about this, but however, I'm contractually obligated to not do this segment because I have not seen proof of funds from that commenter on YouTube who said, I give you money. I told you, I don't want to be made a fool of, okay? I do not want to be made to look like an idiot on my own esteemed program.
Or a doopie.
I do not want to be a doopie, as it were.
You don't have to be like, oh, the check is in the mail. It's like, hello. Come on now.
Right. It's like he thinks I'm stupid. Do I come across as stupid?
No.
To you guys? Do I come across as a dumb? Okay?
Not even once.
Not even once.
Not even one dumb.
A little bit. Do I come across as a guy who's an alcoholic to you, who's melted all of his brain cells and no longer has any higher cognitive function? Is that how it comes across to the gorillas out there? I don't think so. So, unfortunately, we will not be reviewing the whole debacle, but I will say, for those of you who don't know, that, you know, he was caught sending revenge pornography, essentially sending videos of himself having sex with unsuspecting e-girls, women who are trying to suck the clout out of his phimosis cheese-covered dick.
Is making fun of phimosis kind of a cope, though, for cut guys? You know what I mean? It's better to have too much than not enough, right?
Dude, not being...
Well, look, we can get into that.
No, I'll get into that right now. Because I see all these wink cucks. No. Not even as it pertains to him. We're not covering Destiny. No. We are talking about circumcision now, though, because I see all these fucking wink cucks running around. Oh, actually, being circumcised is bad. The Jews! The Jews want to take your foreskin. Yeah. It's the Jews, guys. And it's like, look, we are a civilized society, okay? We are civilized. We don't just, you know, lay our hogs out there all covered in this weird fucking fleshy fucking it's just disgusting. It's disgusting to it's not cleanly.
Ryan, one of the prime arguments I always hear for you know, against circumcision is that it makes sex more painful for the woman because it, you know, the foreskin, you know, helps preserve the lubricant. And so when I hear them say that, you know, the circumcision is going to cause more painful sex for the woman, I say, well, sign me up.
Why wouldn't I just do anal anyways?
Not only that, but like, okay, so let's say, oh, well, it preserves the lubrication. Well, I'm sorry, but when I have sex on a woman, of which I've had a lot, okay, a lot, okay, and when I have sex on a woman, it's wet as a Niagara Falls. She's gushing. Preserve the lubrication. Okay, Ben Shapiro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, like, dude, actually, if you're too wet, you should go see a doctor. I'm sorry. I have to wear a life vest when I fuck bitches, if you want to know the truth about it.
Yeah.
You have to bring a sponge to absorb the excess.
Yes.
And then
I have to make my room out like Dexter when he kills somebody. I have to put plastic shit everywhere. Wow. I mean, it's really an issue, my gorillas. And so, I don't know. It's like, you know, the Bible tells me, you know, cut off the foreskin from babies as soon as they come out of the womb, because that's where the devil enters through, is the foreskin. Did you know that? Did you know that's why we've enacted that practice? The devil's soul, it seeps in through the foreskin if you don't get that shit out of there quick enough.
You've given me a lot to chew on, because I was blaming the South Koreans this whole time, but...
Well, you know, I don't have a foreskin, so you don't have a lot to chew on, actually.
Oh,
and that's the blessing there. That is the blessing there. You know, oh, you need a little bit more. Not me. Not me.
Yeah. Remember, guys, okay, advice, if you guys see Ellie Kemper on the street, remember, a few slow chomps. You know, that's what she's famous for. That's a celebrity sighting tip. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea. I think that's...
Never mind. Cut this!
Okay, cut. We're gonna cut this.
It's cut.
Not our penises. Not
no.
our yes, our penises. We cut the penis.
Yes, we're going to cut our
and this segment. Yes. So,
but also I'm growing it back.
Well, okay, that's okay to do. You like hang a weight off it or something, and you restore it.
Yeah, use tape and an elastic cord and a knee brace.
Fucking MacGyver your foreskin.
Yeah, you should see MacGyver. MacGyver's foreskin is like a big circus tent. Is crazy. So he's always making devices.
It's like the trans surgeries that they cut off like half of their fucking arm skin to like roll up into a tube and make like a fucking sausage patty out of it. Yeah. You just get like a little bit off your hand, like just a corner of your hand.
Yeah.
And just, you know, sew a little foreskin on there. I respect that. But you gotta cut off that initial bit. But anyways, Destiny, my gorillas. Yeah, he sent pornography of him having sex with cloud chasing Eeyores, and you know his entire base of orbiters who were also.
Orion. I think you need to give a moment for our audience to get back into their chairs. They all fell out from the shock of that news.
Yeah.
So please allow them to recuperate.
Well, this is something that the left does, where you can be as much of a degenerate, sexual pest as you want. You can do all this crazy fucking, oh yeah, I'm gonna like suck a dude's dick. I'm gonna like fucking
That is crazy.
eat asses. I'm gonna yeah right. You can do all this stuff you want. You can have an open marriage, whore your wife out, and then eat the cum out of her pussy. You can do all of that. You can dye your hair blue. Anything you want, and that's all acceptable. But as soon as a woman discovers that actually she did not suck cloud out of your dick, and it was just your cum and like the cheese from your dick, that's all she got out of it, and she's angry about it, that's the point where it turns around. That's the point where they say, well, this can no longer continue. It was fine that you abandoned your son in that Nebraskan cornfield, scared, cold, alone, left to die. That was okay. Totally fine. It was fine that you ate your wife's pussy when it was full of the bull's cum, and you slurped it up like it was a delicious dessert treat. That was totally sweet. That was totally valid. But the moment some whore is unhappy with her decisions, well, all of a sudden, all the Orbit crew has to turn around because it's no longer good for their career for these brain-dead neoliberal faggots. And so in this moment, I find myself siding with Epstein. Siding with Epstein.
Yes.
With Destine. Harvey Destine. I find myself siding with the man because all he did was exploit his online clout to have sex with mid-e-whores. And that's...
I guess we have to remain consistent here on the program. And
that's unforgivable.
We did vigorously defend Harvey Weinstein and Dan Schneider.
And we did defend using your e-clout to have sex with stupid women. That's the whole point of all of this. News alert. That's why everybody does it. That's the whole point of having an e-career and dealing with stupid chatters and stupid commenters who tell you they give you $5 a month but don't actually give you the money and show proof of funds.
And at least, the other thing I have to give him credit for is at least he's not like everybody else, because it's like every online nigga, like regarding the allegations, like, no, this man is not going to do that. He's not gonna sit there and play like, oh, I'm so bad and oh, please, oh, forgive me.
He's got 99 problems,
And Vyvanse is one. Yes, his crippling stimulant addiction. He will not apologize, though. He will not say that he did any wrong, and that's something that I respect. For as much as I do wish, and he will go to jail, because we live in a gynocracy where whores must be protected at all costs, where you can go and say, this gooner must die, and you're shot in the streets and left in the gutter. Yeah. That is a world that we live in, okay? Okay, that is the world that we live in.
That's reality.
True.
So the gynocracy is going to come for him. He's going to be thrown in a prison. And I want to see that happen because I hate him. And I want him to die by any means necessary. But I will not pretend for a second that what finally took him down was just. That it was good. That I agree with it. I agree with the end results and not the way that we got there.
Yes. Nuanced.
He'll be left broke. He'll be left dead in the gutter, survived by his son, who never knew him. And, that's good news, but I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon with these leftoid faggots who turned a blind eye to all of his crimes, all of his misdoings, everything he ever did.
Yes.
Wrong in this world. The wink-huckery he spread, he allowed it to take root. And he allowed it to proliferate within the world.
Yeah. Well, I think, can you imagine if Destiny went to a bikini barista, What if?
Yeah, he probably has. He probably has.
He probably has.
No, you know what? He probably hasn't because he can't, leverage his.
He can't interact with people in like a normal setting like that. Like he's not. He doesn't have Riz as the kids call it. He has to.
He wouldn't have driven away though, like our based King Nautica did.
Yes.
He just got out of there. He said, "Oh, this is a bad situation, and I have a survival instinct, so I'm out of here." No, he would have sat there, dick in his hand, arguing with that barista whore.
Yes.
Well, actually, do you
What are you going to tell me? You have a problem with this?
Yeah.
What is the problem?
Cite me the exact law, the exact legal precedent that tells me that I'm not allowed to goon here, because I'm pretty sure that I'm allowed to goon here.
whoa, holy shit. You think I'm not allowed to goon here? Whoa, that's crazy, bro. Whoa.
I think it's pretty funny that the gay guy has the best Destiny impression. Like, that was spot on, bro.
Yeah, he's. I mean, nice. I've watched his career. I wanted to like him. I did want to like him. I wanted to watch that tape and be like, whoa, he's going to town on that thing. And then he sucked that dick, and it was just like, come on. I mean, you have a penis. It's not even.
Wait a minute. This is huge. This is huge because I did not watch that because I'm not gay.
Oh,
but we finally. I'm not gay.
Yeah, me neither.
No, but you did. We finally have a gay correspondent who can review the suckling. Please elucidate us on what exactly went down in that video.
He's just kind of like, I don't know how you would even, like just gumming it or like gumming it, like as if he didn't have any teeth at all, but like imagine just gums. But like with his, like it just like chomping it with his gum, and it's not even hard, And it's like I don't know, eye contact is okay, I guess, because that is a crucial factor.
That's gayer than sucking a dick, exactly. In my opinion, is looking the guy in the eye when you do it.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's weird. That is really weird.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. He's bisexual, whatever that means. So. But I don't think it's an excuse because if a girl can't suck dick, it's like, well, if she doesn't have a dick, so she doesn't get it. She's not with the program, But if you have a penis, then how do you, like, I was with this one guy and he was just going so fast and he was kept going, oh, and it's like, my dick is not that big. Come on. You do not need to gag on my dick that much.
Whoa.
And I kept telling him, like, slow down. And then he'd be like, and I'd be like, no, slow. And then
Eric, please just hang on a second. I need to remind you that this is a family show.
Sorry.
And this is getting entirely too graphic.
Well,
anyways, thank you for the review of Destiny's abilities. The thing is that I don't believe that he's bisexual. I also wanted it to be Nick
Fuentes, but I don't think it is. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's bisexual. I think that he's just like the type of nigga who would fuck anything.
Yeah.
Like if he was at the beach and saw a hole in the sand, he'd stick his dick in it. Like that's how unhinged of a coomer he is.
Okay.
And there is a difference between the coomer and the gooner. The gooner is refined. The gooner,
the gooner comes from decades of tradition, or millennia and eons of gooners. Cooming, that's just a recent bastardization. That's like a heresy. It's like, they totally misinterpreted the hadith on gooning.
You said it so much better than I could. I'm glad.
The lost Gooner scrolls.
Oh, well, I think we got to end on that. Eric, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, yeah.
It really has been enlightening.
Okay. Oh, can I plug something?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Go for it, King.
All right. I'm going to be making an appearance on the Grillcast. So keep a lookout when this episode is dropped, because then I'll be on it.
Well, good plug there. Good plug there. We do play the episodes in reverse for the Gumroad subscribers, for the really big brained among us. Go ahead and subscribe to our Gumroad. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us wherever you can. And with that, peace out, my grillers.
Hit that victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default dance on a bitch. Hit that default dance on a bitch. Floss dance while I'm flossing in the whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no participation. News keep asking, I don't say.
I'm not gay.